Holding on to a modest rally this Monday morning. We're 83 points up for the Dow, and a majority of the Dow 30 stocks are in the green. Well, our next guest, he came to us with what was a very bold prediction. He said China's President Xi Jinping will make a surprise visit to Davos this month, where he'll appear on stage with President Trump and announce a big trade deal. That's a bold prediction. John Quelch is the dean of the Miami Business School, and he made that prediction. John, are you walking it back?
I'm not walking it back entirely, Stuart. I think it's absolutely essential these two leaders come together and resolve what can be, if it's not resolved, a tremendous threat to the global economy. And I'm not sure that they're going to be far enough along to justify both of them appearing on stage. But I believe that a lot more progress is being made a lot quicker than we're being led to believe. Behind the scenes, a lot of good things are happening.
Now, President Trump is going to be at Davos, and he's taking almost all of his senior officials, certainly his trade officials and the Treasury people, they're all going with him. Do you know for a fact that Xi Jinping is going as well?
No, and the sources that I have in China would indicate that he's not going. But let's look at the scenario we're facing. Both of these leaders need economic growth. Both of these leaders are facing economic uncertainty. This is the most important bilateral relationship in the world. It is essential that this trade spat not escalate furher. Otherwise, the impact on the global economy will be extremely negative, as we all understand. I would love to see enough progress be made within the next 2.5 weeks for there to be some sort of announcement of an interim resolution in Davos. Whether it's at the level of the two presidents, I'm not sure that there'll be enough ready to announce at that point. But I do believe that there will be some announcement either by our president or jointly by Bob Lighthizer, the USTR, and his Chinese counterpart. It's just too important for the world economy's future for this to drag on unresolved, even until March the 1st, which is the deadline the president has set.
What would you think would be the impact on America's stock market if there was a complete break? No meeting between Xi Jinping and the president, no new trade deal, March 1st arrives, nothing's happened. What happens to the market at that, if that's the case on March 1st?
I think it'll be highly negative. This is essential to be resolved. It'll be negative, first of all, because the 10% tariff will kick in automatically to become a 25% tariff. If that happens, there'll be further escalation, obviously, on the Chinese side. And although we, as the United States, will run out of Chinese goods, the Chinese will run out of American goods to tariff faster than we'll run out of Chinese goods to tariff. The fact is that the impact of this war on global supply chains, on the investment climate, the uncertainty associated with where one should, as a business, invest internationally because you don't know where the tariffs are going to end up. All of this is going to stymie the global economy and have a very negative impact on the stock markets. So this March 1st date is absolutely imperative that there be an announcement at that time, and preferably an announcement that rolls back some of the tariffs, at least some of the tariffs, that also addresses the intellectual property recognition issue, takes the heat off of the American companies and other international companies in terms of technology transfer in return for market access to China, and perhaps even also puts forward a roadmap that would help to resolve and set a level playing field for reciprocal investment between the two countries. We do need to make this happen, Stuart.
But whether it happens or not, we simply don't know at this point. But all eyes on Davos. Let's see what turns up there. John Quelch, stay with us, please. Come back again soon. We want to hear what you've got to say about China trade. See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stuart.